Here I am on the Reno's Pizza webpage, but I could be on any webpage or any website. Every webpage is created using a language called HTML. Now we're going to spend a few classes looking at HTML, but this is not really going to be a class in HTML. We're really going to learn about JavaScript. But HTML and JavaScript work together. More about that later. But let's check out this web page or how it's written. If I click the right button, doesn't that pizza look good? Yeah. If I click the right button anywhere on the web page, here I'm clicking the right button. I know you can't see me do it. And I click View Page Source. The first thing it says is doctype HTML. And then there's more HTML stuff. Yes, this page is created with HTML. Now, inside of it is some code written in a language called JavaScript. And again, more about that later. But first, let's take a look at HTML. So rather than start with editing Reno's Pizza webpage, I figured we'd look at a simpler example. So this is my webpage. This is just an example, obviously, of a very simple web page, and we're going to take a look at it, and you already know how to do that. I can click the right button and take a look at the page source, and there it is. Not that complicated. All right, I'm going to put this into an editor that we're going to use in this class called REPL-IT, or some people call it Replit. Either one, it doesn't matter, and we're going to check out exactly what's happening here, so hang in there. So here is what my page looks like when I edit it in REPL-IT or Replit or whatever they call it. So this is what it looks like, of course, on the right, and on the left is the code behind it. Now, as I said, this is an HTML document, and all HTML documents start with this little tag right here. These are called tags in between angle brackets. You do not have to memorize these. You will begin your program with a little template. A lot of these tags are going to be in there, and you just kind of fill it in a little bit. HTML documents all begin with after the doctype HTML. They all have this tag called HTML, and most tags have an end tag. By the way, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and the / HTML Hypertext Markup Language, that's the end of the HTML document. It's the end of the document. Inside of the HTML document, there's usually a head section that begins and ends with a head tag and a title. This is the begin and end of my title. And then there's a body section. So a head section and a body section. Here's the beginning of the body. There's the end of the body. No big deal. Again, you don't even really have to memorize all this stuff. You're just going to be filling in pages. And when we learn JavaScript, JavaScript is going to go right inside your web page. So I've decided that the body is going to have a background light blue. Isn't that lovely? The next two lines, these are comments. So if you want to put a comment, you put an angle bracket, an exclamation point, and a dash. I think I only need actually one dash here. And I can actually check this out by running it. If I hit run, you can see, yeah, I only needed one dash. The comment still doesn't show up, right? So, and after that, I have some heading tags. H1 is the biggest heading. So here I have a heading, H1, welcome to your first HTML example, exclamation point. And this is the end of the H1 tag. Hey, there's my H1 heading. Great. Then I have H2, 3, and 4. These are smaller, obviously. P stands for paragraph. This is the beginning and end of a paragraph. That's what it looks like. Another paragraph. This is not that complicated. BR is a break. Now, this does not have an end tag. Some tags don't have end tags. That's just the way it is. So this is a line break. And then underneath that, I have an ordered list and an end of ordered list. And I've listed some items, apples, oranges, and bananas, list item, and so forth. And there it is on the right. It's a numbered list, and so forth. This is an unordered list, UL, unordered list. You get it? And I've listed 3 items, and there they are on the right. Okay, not too bad. Here's an image. Now I'm using header 4, okay? An image begins with an IMG, so the angle bracket IMG, and then I said source. That's the name of the picture. And this is called Haas.jpg. And sometimes, and I'm sure you've seen this before, if a picture doesn't show up, they put some text there. That's what this alt does. So if the picture for some reason didn't load, you would see this. Now I bet you can guess what this tag does. Oh yes, it sets the width and the height of my picture. Okay, then I said here is some stuff in a table. And if I scroll down, that's my picture. Way at the bottom there, Let me pull this up a little bit. Okay. That is a table. So you can see I have 2 rows and 3 columns. And here I'm defining my table. Here at the beginning of the table, I defined the border and the style. Again, you don't have to memorize this stuff. It's going to be there. You'll fill it in. And then I have a row, table row, end of table row, and then 3 items, another row, end of that row, another item. Notice how I indent here. It just makes it seem easier to read, right? It's nice indentation. Oh, then I have the dreaded marquee. Nobody uses marquees anymore, but I think they're so much fun. I have a scrolling marquee that says, hi there. It's taking up 20% of the screen. And there it is. That's great. End of body, end of HTML. So that's it. Now I know it looks like, wow, there's a lot to memorize. Again, you don't have to memorize this, but just to show you this is actually working. Let's say if I change H1 to I like pizza, quite obviously, and I rerun it, I'll click the run right there. Oh yeah, I like pizza. And that's all there is to it. All right, well, thank you so much for watching as always.